Joe and the cops waiting for him. They take him to the station for interrogation and Joe shows him the watch. Henry easily changes the subject and tells them about the aconite. He points out that he can't be the killer because he's telling them about the poison and that they don't have enough evidence to hold him, so he leaves. Later at the lab, Henry examines the body again until he finds the bruise left by the poison injection and a fingerprint. He takes this print to the police station and they discover it belongs to a man named Hans. Joe and Henry go to Hans' house and notice a dead rat on the ground. Seeing it as a clue, Henry searches the backyard and finds a greenhouse full of the aconite plant. Then they check the garage, where they discover a lab and the poison. At that moment Hans arrives and Joe tries to arrest him, but he throws a glass of poison at her and escapes in his car. The aconite is hurting Joe's hand and trying to get into her bloodstream, so Henry lights it on fire to neutralize it. Soon a police team arrives with more information. Hans' wife died in a subway crash caused by the same driver he poisoned for revenge. This confuses Henry because it means Hans isn't the mysterious caller. A quick search of the lab reveals that 2 gallons of poison are missing and there are traces of ethanol. Seeing some drawings of the Grand Central Station on Hans' notes, Henry concludes he's made the poison water soluble to cause mass death in the station where his wife died. The team rushes to Grand Central and Henry theorizes that Hans will be on the roof to put the poison in the air conditioning. Unfortunately, Hans sees them first and shoots Joe down. Henry rushes to fight Hans only to get shot in the struggle. After Hans turns around, Henry tackles him and they both fall off the roof, dying when they land on a car. Sometime later Joe wakes up in the hospital with Henry by her bedside. She remembers seeing him fall but he convinces her that's impossible and says Hans self-deleted. At that moment he gets a call from the mysterious man, who says he has the same curse as Henry and is looking for a way to end things for both of them. On his way out, Henry remembers how he met Abigail while fighting in a war and how he rescued Abe as a baby from a concentration camp. One evening, a crying Vicky is in a cab while trying to call someone to no avail. She tells the driver to stop at the bridge and she gets out of the car to self-delete. The body ends up in Henry's morgue and the cops think it was self-done, but Henry is sure it was murder because of the angle of fracture and marks that show she was